Check, check. How's the audio, guys? All right, guys, we're back, baby. Long time back out of retirement. Hopefully you guys can hear me. A few of you guys said you can hear me, so that's good. Yo, this is a good card. We finally have a card worthy of coming back for. Alex Pereira. I had to put the face paint on and get pumped up for this card. Because if I'm being honest with all you guys, the last bunch of UFCs, man, they have not been good. They just haven't been enjoyable. So it feels good to be back in the seat for lives. I love going live. It's my favorite thing to do, but give me a good card. Give me a good card. That's all I'm asking for. Dave, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Hope everyone's doing well. You know, I hope everyone's doing well. Again, we have a few good fights on this card. If you're not aware of who's fighting, that's a little crazy. I doubt you'd be here if you didn't know who was fighting. But we have a handful of decent fights. Obviously, we have Gaethje fighting as well. We have the females. They have to throw at least one female fight every single time onto the main card. It's a good fight though. And we got Bobby Green fighting in the main event, rather in the opening bout. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna break down the fights, get into the granular details, the small technical details. We'll do a few polls as well if people stop by. But I think it's gonna be overall a good card. I'm not going to lie. I've been let down the last few times. I've been seeing these cards going on, and I'm just sitting here going, I can't sell this. I can't sell this on stream. I can't do it. So, but I'm back, motherfucker. What's up, man? What's up? Hope everyone's doing good. Clone. Stop. Traffic. Stoner. Good to see you guys in the chat. We have a few hours here, man. What's up, Gillett? What's going on? We have a few hours here. We'll get some polls going. I definitely want to know who you guys have in the Green fight. Green's had a really rough go, right? He's lost 2 of his last 3 fights. He just got completely demolished by Pimblett. Surprising almost how easily the fight went for Pimblett. Let's get a little poll going on. We have Green and Ruffy, right? Who you got? Let's see what you guys have for this. Should be I don't know. I say it should be a good fight. Is it going to be an actual great fight? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to sway the opinions of you guys at all. So I'm trying to avoid giving my opinion until a few more votes come in. But I think you know where I'm heading. I was actually surprised to hear, who was it? Volkanovski. Volkanovski thinks Green's going to win. The unpredictable nature of Green. He thinks he's going to pull it off. I believe Green's the underdog as well. So that should be interesting. But, yeah. Do I think, yeah. Put your votes in, man. We'll talk about it after you guys get your votes in. Then we'll discuss it a little bit. I got to get this thing off my screen. Hold up. What am I doing here? I don't know what I just did. Just took my chat off my screen. What am I doing? Give me 1 second. I got to get this dock back on. YouTube Live control panel. Give me 1 second. Without fail. I don't know. Yeah, Hart says Green, huh? I don't know, man. I've been a little bit let down recently. with Green. But you got to understand, Green has been an individual who has been fighting for a very long time. If you guys aren't aware, Bobby Green fought on Bully Beatdown. Crazy. Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. Insane. You got it, the guy. What's up, DC? DC Rock. What's up, man? No, I'm glad. I haven't streamed in 2 years, so you guys got to bear with me too. I got to speak straight in a room for 3 hours. That's a muscle. That's a muscle, man. You gotta warm that muscle up. Green should retire. I agree. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not one of those guys who gets on, sits in his comfortable chair and says, you should retire, because it's hard to go out there and fight and to bare your soul in front of a bunch of, fans. It's hard to do. And I think that Green can still win fights, but at the UFC level, it's so hard. I'm not saying he won't win this fight, but I almost feel as if they're putting him out to pasture in this Ruffy fight, which is why I'm so surprised Volkanovski is leaning for Green. So yeah, I've already alluded to it. I think Ruffy should get the W. I'm surprised Ruffy wasn't able to get a finish in his last fight. I forget the dude's name he fought. Lontop, I think his name is. He couldn't finish Lontop. He looked great. He knocked Lontop down a few times. Ruffy has a beautiful style to watch. Ruffy has almost a McGregor-esque style. Fleet of foot. He has almost I don't know the right adjective, but he has a very flowy style. Fun to watch. I enjoy watching him fight. The unpredictability of Green, the way in which he approaches fighting, talking shit, hands down, that whole style. I'm not saying it's not effective, but it's a little gimmicky. And I think most fighters in the UFC, especially younger fighters who have been watching him for years, are likely to have a little edge because they've seen it play out in so many fights, watching him compete. What's up, Paul? Let me look at the chat, see what you guys are doing. Yeah, Dave, he's been in it for a while. Void, what's up, man? Void got the fucking PS5 broke, man. That's no good. I took about a month and a half off of playing UFC 5. I've been really preoccupied, but I got back into it recently, Void, and let me tell you something. I'm doing numbers. I'm knocking guys out cold. That's one of the games where when it first came out, I talked so much shit about it. I was the biggest critic. I was like, this is a reskin of UFC 4. Long story short, I was wrong. I even lost a follower as a result of voicing my opinion against UFC 5. I remember this dude on Twitter. I was like, yo, UFC 5 is trash. And he was a follower of mine on YouTube. He goes, Steve, you're ridiculous. He's like, how dare you? He started snapping on me. I was like, it's a video game. It's a video game. You're getting mad at a video game. And he unfollowed me and all that stuff. Hey, Gonzalo, what's up, man? You know what? From what I hear too, Void, PC is better anyway. PC is better. I do have games on PC. I just never sit down and actually play, Some of the chat is being blocked off, guys, because let me just jump on over here so I can see. Hey, what's up, Frederick? What's going on? It's a good game, David. It's a good game. James, let me just say something about Ruffy and all these guys. They're really great fighters. I'm a huge fan of Jean Silva. I enjoy watching him fight. He's very talented. I'm all in on him. 100%. I'm all in on him. I'm going to say this, though. Just give me a second. I'm going to say this. He completely embarrassed himself in the press conference, the UFC 314 press conference. And I get it. Bryce Mitchell is a polarizing character. Not everyone loves him. He's talking about firmaments. He's bringing his Bible in the cage, and he's talking about the guy with the odd mustache from World War II maybe not being a terrible guy. That's his words, not mine. So I understand that can be something that evokes a lot of emotion out of people. But Sean Silva, however you pronounce his name, Jean Silva, just completely terrible. Completely terrible. Just screaming at all times. One guy on Twitter who follows me, he goes, he overstayed his welcome. It was a perfect way of wording it. AJ, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's old school. That's old school. That's an old school video, 100%. So, all right, let's get moving, guys. It's been a while. I'm glad to be back. We lost a lot of momentum with the lives, but I figured we'd come back. We have a little bit of fun. We get 100 people in here. We have a little blast. We'll see how it pans out. Regardless, I think the main event is going to be an absolute barn burner. And I know Ankalaev is a little bit, I'm ready. I'm hot and cold on Ankalaev. On one hand, he's an amazing tactician. He's incredibly intelligent, super high fight IQ, makes the right decisions out there, doesn't put himself in danger. But I get nervous when I think of him as a champion because he doesn't finish a lot of guys. He's just not particularly exciting to watch fight. So we're going to see how it plays out regardless. Oh, we're going to talk about Gaethje. I'm going to break that down. I'm definitely, as the fights go on, each fight that goes on, I'll break it down as best I can. We'll go over some stats as well. And I want to quiz a few of you guys to see who's the casual and who's the real deal Holyfield, the obsessive MMA fan. I'm going to bring out some polls for that later on. So we'll do a quick test. AJ's a 1-stripe white belt. I remember those days, man. You know what? That's one of the funnest parts of being a jiu-jitsu player is going through that process of learning. Everything's new and exciting. So I wish you all the best on your journey. It's going to be fun for sure for you. Just got to stick with it. You're in the growing pain you're in the growing pains period right now. So it's a little tough. All right, we're getting ready for Ruffy and King Green. Let's see how it goes, guys. Who's watching the fights actually in here? You guys are stopping by to see what Uncle Steve's been up to. How old is King Green? Let me just do a little due diligence here. How old is this guy? Anyone know? Drop it in the chat. How old is this dude, man? I think I can improve YouTube's, UFC's website. How do you not have the age of these fighters up? Like, that should be at the very top. Age plays a huge role when we're talking about stats for a fighter, right? I think so. He's in his early 40s? Let me see if I can answer that question. Hi, Steven. Probably a silly question. Is stripes and no gi because I've been training for a good minute and never got a stripe. It depends on the school. Some schools, let me mute this for a second. Some schools don't give out stripes if you don't train the gi, especially traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools. They value the cross-training between gi and no gi, and they want to incentivize their students to train with the gi on, so they may not belt you as a result. It's becoming more common that people do get belted without having to train in the gi. That's like more of a new fad, to be quite honest with you. So that could be a reason for why you're not getting promoted. Now, if you have other friends of yours that are training only no gi and they're all getting stripes and whatnot, then that's more of a personal situation. That has nothing to do with the school itself, right? It could be maybe you're just not evolving in your trainer's eyes. I don't know. All right, let's see if Volkanovski was right in his predictions. That was the one fighter who I actually watched his pre-fight predictions to see what his opinion on the fights were going to be. So it should be exciting. Those are good picks, James. Those are definitely good picks. I think, I don't know what the sentiment is on Bobby Green. I think you have to respect a guy like that who's just been around for so long. So just based on that premise alone, the fact that he's been around for so long, as I said before, he was on Bully Beatdown. He was on an episode of Bully Beatdown. We're talking about early 2000s, right? That's insane. And to still be fighting at this level is crazy. But everything I've seen from this Ruffy character has been outstanding. His ability to control distance, his confidence, and that's sort of a trademark of most of these guys from that camp. They all have this presence about them. Jean Silva has that presence. The other dude, the main guy, the middleweight cat, I almost called him Blachowicz. You know who I'm talking about. The main guy. He has that presence as well, that certainty that some fighters have. They take up space in the cage with their energy and confidence. So, listen, Ruffy should win it. I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen young fighters get upset out of nowhere. I just don't see a world where Bobby Green pulls this off. I don't see it. I'm having a hard time seeing the chat. Pirate page. Again, a lot of people are going to want to watch the fights on here. As you know, YouTube doesn't allow that. But one of my biggest things, and you've watched me live quite a few times, one of my biggest statements is, if you don't know how to get an illegal stream in 2025, I mean, come on, right? That's crazy. All right, Bobby Green makes it to the Total Wireless pre-check area. Let's see how he does. Tons of experience. I want to say he has over 50 fights. I missed this. I missed the breakdown of how many fights these guys have, but I know he has a lot. I know he has a ton of fights. Let's get a little volume on here. Decision. Wow. We're going to revamp that, David. That's a great question. We're going to revamp it. I'm working on 2 businesses, so I'm a little preoccupied, and it takes a lot of, this all takes a lot of energy. Just a lot of fucking, I got a lot of balls up in the air, pause. So it's a lot, but I will start that back up. And I want to help people in a unique way that I feel like I'm uniquely disposed to do. So stay tuned for that. Trying to read this last comment here. Real cards for these fights could go. The hardest belt for me was shoot. What would it be? It's between blue belt and black belt. Blue belt and black belt. Blue belt was hard to get because of the psychological damage you take when you're going through that cycle. Everything's new. The pains are new. It's uncomfortable. You're putting yourself in these odd positions. It's just an alien world that you're now embarking on. So that belt was really hard to get. I'd say second was my black belt, not because it was not easy to get. It was more of a factor of there were some political issues I was having at that time at the gym. So that's a good question, man. I don't watch the podcast, but I gotta say, at least in my opinion, it's the best fight podcast that I've ever seen. You get a mix of legends. You get new guys. Rampage is a great personality. I think it's pound for pound has to be the best podcast in the MMA space. That Tank Abbott episode was absolutely bananas. I think he is too. One of my close friends, like a younger brother of mine, was in Brazil training at the same gym as Ruffy for a short period of time. And he had nothing but good things to say about Ruffy. He was like, this dude is going to be special. This was right before he got into the UFC. So I'm not surprised that they're giving him that kind of, admiration. All right, guys, round 1 about to launch. All right. Ruffy comes out right away, starts switching stances. Now, this is funny, right? You have two guys who completely throw away convention when it comes to the traditional fight stance. It's funny. But Ruffy's a bigger human being. Big guy. I don't know if Green is used to fighting a guy who has such a unique style. So far, I would say just the energy from Green, very passive, right? He's reacting to everything that Ruffy does. He's giving up a lot of real estate. He's being pushed behind the black line early in the fight. I expected that, but doesn't look completely confident. Trying to blitz or pot shot Ruffy off the back foot. Not going to be easy against a young, rangy, tall guy who is fleet of foot, who is defensively defensively minded, I should say. I think Ruffy is likely prepared for all of this. Gamesmanship, right hand down the pipe, rocks Green. Green hits the cage, stiff jab. He stung him. I don't think Green can take punches that well. I think the Jaden fight really fucked him up. Really hurt him. Ruffy very composed. He simplified his approach in the last minute or so. He came out very loose and very Conor-esque. Now he's fighting a little taller. He's looking for the right hand down the pipe, guys. I want you to watch very closely. He's showing it a little too much, but he's looking for it. Oh, beautiful. Puts Green out. Spinning hook kick right on the cerebellum. Puts Green out. Holy shit. Yo, somebody in the chat said he should retire. Green, that is. I think it might be time after that. Switch spin kick. 360. Fucking whip that tail. Wow. Yo, that was insane. Whoa. Yo. He almost kicked the security guard. He's doing backflips. This dude is an athlete, huh? Damn. King Green got put out bad. Look at it. Look at this beauty. He throws the left hook. He spins through with the heel. Hits him right in the temple. Yo, shut him down. He just completely shut him down. There was just nothing he could do in that moment. That's crazy. Boom. Yo, let me explain something to everybody. This is just my take on it. Give me 1 second so I can get my thoughts together. This is beautiful, right? So Ruffy, comes out. He lands a right hand that stuns Bobby Green early on. And now Bobby Green is circling to his left. He's reading the right hand well, to the point where Ruffy kind of misjudged and missed with his right hand. But what's lovely is, instead of throwing the right hand, he fakes the left hook, spins through on the heel. Damn. That was art. That was artful. Wow. Free bands. I get that a lot, man. I get that more than you would think. We're related, that's why. That was a brutal knockout, huh? All right, you know what I need to do for you guys? Because what do we have coming up, guys? What's the next fight? He's him. He's a fucking problem. Well, this another thing I want to say. Let me just mute this. You guys can't hear it, but I have it playing in my headphones. It throws my thought process off. That's why I was so surprised when Ruffy wasn't able to finish on top his last fight. I just think it was a tough night out. If you haven't fought before, you just have days or nights, or if you've done a jiu-jitsu competition, there's just times you just have days where you just don't have it. And I think on his worst day, he still won, which says a lot about him. Let's take a look at what fight we have coming up next, and we'll have a little bit of fun. Let's do a little bit of IQ stuff here, because we have the ladies coming up, and let's face it, right? Let's face it. Amanda Lemos versus Lucendo. I actually think I'm playing a little bit of a character, right? Like, we always talk shit about female fighters on here. This is actually a good female fight. We're not going to do a poll for it, though. We're still not going to give it any credence. We're going to do a different poll. We're going to actually focus on stats before we get into some more predictions. So, after that fight, what do we have? We have the Jalen Turner fight. I want to do a poll for that. Let's do a Justin Gaethje poll and see if you guys really know. Okay, check this out. This is going to be in the weeds. So you really have to know fighting. You have to know fighters. And I know all of you guys are Justin Gaethje fans. So let's see. Let's do a quick test. How many of you guys are diehard Justin Gaethje fans? I thought I ended this poll already. I can't believe the poll said that you guys went for green. Come on. I'm losing confidence in this room already. All right, let's play a game here. Let's do this real quick. Let's see if I can word this correctly, because this is a little bit wordier than I anticipated. This should be easy-ish for you. All right, let's take a look at this. This is hard. Nobody's doing this. This is hard. This is hard. What is Justin... Don't bust my balls about the spelling. Gaethje's I fucked the spelling up. You guys get the intention behind what I'm doing here. I'm gonna leave this up for a short period of time. Don't Google it and cheat. Don't. The point of the poll is to have you guys organically, authentically vote. And if you're wrong, I can't see it anyway. I don't know who's voting for what, so it's not like I know who's actually voting. All right, throw your hat in there and let me know what you guys think. What's next for this guy? That's what we want to know. Ruffy, what's next for him? Come on, guys. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Yeah, of course, guys. There's no rules in here. Obviously, just respect each other. But in the chat, yeah, what's your guess, guys? I agree, James. I think Ruffy has to fight someone that's ranked a bit higher. He's ready for this, man. Yo, James, don't disrespect me in my chat. What's up, man? Good BJJ schools. Very, that's a tough one, man. Yeah, that's a tough question. How do people find good jiu-jitsu schools? I mean, you got to look at reviews for one. I answer this question quite a bit, but you got to go into the school itself, take a trial class, get a vibe for the coach, get a vibe for the energy inside of the room. Do you feel like it's a place that's inviting, that's warm to you? Is it? I always use this analogy, but does it feel like it's 13th grade? Clicky? That might not resonate with you. Listen, that's something I would look at, and also do your research. Who are the top guys in the sport right now? And what's their pedigree, and I should say, where's their lineage? And then for me personally, I'd move towards that. Yeah, Blake, that's actually a good idea. That's a great idea. Blake says the winner, Patty Chandler, should fight him. I think that's a great idea. I'd love to see Patty versus Ruffy. What am I doing? We have the ladies coming up, guys. I know you're excited for this. Amanda Lemos versus Lucinda. That girl's good, man. This girl, Lucendo, she's talented. Great stand-up. But I don't give a shit about it, to be honest with you. I don't really care about this fight, you know? Let's not act like we're excited about this fight, right? Oh, I forgot about that. It is Women's Day. It's actually Women's Month, right? Isn't it supposed to be Women's Month, if I'm not mistaken? That's exciting. You know what I'm realizing? I don't have any, energetic. I was just about to say, I don't have any moderators in here. I was like, I'm going to have to get somebody in here. James says, I want to train BJJ. What's your advice? I definitely say train it. Do I still make BJJ videos? I don't. Yo, energetic, what's up, man? My parlays are hitting. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking forward to getting past this next fight because I do think the 3 following fights are going to be tremendous. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you guys something right here, right? I still rock with Bryce Mitchell. I don't know how you guys feel about that. What's the overall consensus? You can drop it in the chat. What's the overall consensus for Bryce Mitchell? You guys digging it or you're not really a fan of him? I know he's upset a lot of people recently, but I tell you what, I don't see the issue. There we go. I got kind of, I mean, listen, you gotta give Dana White credit because he could have went completely, anti-free speech or, your antithesis of based. If he could have done that when the whole man with the thin mustache comment that Bryce made came out. He did scold him for it, but at the same time, he gave him the ability to say it. And even Dana White even said, he can say what he wants, free speech or whatever. So I mess with that. I by the way, I worry about him in that next fight. I'm not saying I think he's going to beat Jean Silva, who I think is a cringe lord. I don't know about that, but I do think, I do dig him. I feel like he's just an honest guy. I mean, you may not agree with a lot of what he has to say, but I feel like he's speaking his own truth. So I don't see how that's a problem. So what are they doing here, guys? They're talking about Robbie Lawler's getting a Hall of Fame deal. I'm a big fan of Robbie Lawler, man. First fight I ever saw with Robbie Lawler was a fight against Tiki Goshen. And he knocked Tiki Goshen out brutally. I think it was UFC 40. And then he got up. He got up and did the post-fight interview. And Tiki Goshen would not give him any credit after knocking him out. I think he said, like, yeah, they stopped it because of a cut. I was like, well, he just knocked you unconscious. You're not going to, it just happened to you. Yeah, he was a problem back in the day. People forget about him before he left the UFC, because he left the UFC for a short period of time before he came back. I also want to say this. It's also incredibly impressive that Robbie Lawler went out the way he did. He fought that last fight. He knocked the dude out in the first few seconds of the first round. And he decided to just, that's it. He kept his word to himself and he went out and retired like I wish more fighters did. I wish more fighters actually listened to their internal dialogue and said, this is best for me. I'm going to retire now. Most of them don't do that. There he is, man. Round of applause. Where's my round of applause? Round of applause for Robbie Lawler. One of the few guys that can wear a man purse and cry. That's what he's doing right now, and still be the hardest dude in the room. Pause. Tremendous amount of respect. If that's anyone, he deserves it. Again, UFC 40. Guys, most of you, I would assume 99% of the people in here were not watching the UFC. No way. He was fighting in it already. Think about that. I remember the pre-fight promotion for Robbie Lawler, before the Tiki Goshen fight, before the Aaron Berger fight. Who remembers Aaron Berger in here? He was a tough kid. He beat the shit out of him. Robbie beat the shit out of him. But anyway, they have Robbie Lawler. He goes back to his high school, and he still was lifting at the time with his his high school football team. He was doing bench press, getting ready for his upcoming fight. I was like, this is incredible. So, tremendous respect for Robbie Lawler. Congratulations. That's huge, man. Yeah, I don't like to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. These, I don't know. Do they feel, remember, I come from an era as well where Dana White explicitly said multiple times, there will never be females in the UFC. He said that many times. Which is a little bit of an extreme statement. But my take on it is, I rarely get excited for these fights. You charge me $80 and I have to watch these two women fight that I don't want to watch them fight. And not to mention, not that I don't want to watch them fight. It makes calling the action, which is a rare thing that most people don't have to do. But for myself, it is brutal. I got to call the fight. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Who gives a fuck? Am I alone in that? Wow, Blake's been watching since the 90s. All right, so I'm not the only one. Jay, you're a throwback then, man. Evans Machida is pretty old school. All right, we got some old school guys in here. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of respect. No, listen. It's not that we don't like female fighting. That's not the argument. I'm not trying to make that argument. What we're saying is they should be on the early prelims. Jokes. I noticed how I said early. Didn't even say prelims. Said it early. Nah, we watch them fight, but not in the UFC. Listen, guys, if I can't make fun of females MMA, I can't do these streams, man. I got to get them in. A few zingers every single time I go live. Now watch these women put on the best fight on the card. And it would be appropriate for today, right? Women's Day, International Women's Day. Good to see. Give them the benefit of the doubt. And as I said, leading up to this, and I'm not doing a poll for the fight, right? But I still believe these two women are incredibly talented. And, you go, Steve, well, can you imagine, or how do I word this? Can you come up with two male fighters that you can put on this card to beefing it up and make it a little bit more entertaining for the end user who's paying $80 for the card? Yes, I can. Of course I can. I can definitely find two fighters. Hey, Siri sucks. Never mind. I was going to ask how many fighters are on the UFC roster. I'm sure I can find two men that would really strengthen the thing. And then you go, well, Steve, that's sexist. It's really not, because if you think about the fan base of the UFC, it's like 99.9% male. So you're just playing to your demographic, right? I don't think it has anything to do with being sexist. Yo, Energetic, thanks, man, for taking care of these bots. Yeah, I'm gonna actually watch that. Yeah. Yo, Richie, thanks for the 10. Did you see that, man? Ruffy, we were talking about that before, man. He lovely hooks that right around the ear. That was so cool, man. I appreciate the 10. Thanks, Richie. I saw that, AJ, by the way. Lex Luger is getting into the Hall of Fame. That shit almost brought a tear to my eye. I don't follow it like I did when I was a kid, but I saw Cody Rhodes go up to him. He was in a wheelchair, and I thought that was beautiful. Is UFC getting woke? I don't think it's getting woke. I mean, I think, if anything, it's certainly heavy right-leaning, which I think is evident with Dana's political leanings. And that's good for free speech. It's good for a lot of things. And we saw that with Bryce Mitchell. Okay? With that being said, whenever you have a publicly traded company, it's going to become a little bit more commercialized, which is normal, because now you're catering to not just the viewers and the fans, but to your shareholders. Shareholders take a precedent. So when you say, is it woke? There's elements of it for sure that are going to be reminiscent of a woke company. But I don't think the internal workings of the company are woke, if that makes sense. I just think when a company goes public, or it starts to merge with other entities, especially Hollywood entities, I think there's typically going to be a lot of issues involved with that. And we have one of the ladies, Lemos, just made it to the warm-up area. Yeah, Rich, you were into that for sure. I remember that, man. Oh, man, lettuce. That is hilarious. That is mad funny, man. He said anti-Hebrew. That is very funny. It's true. Are these ladies in the ring yet? It's not in the ring. So, what was I gonna say? You said you having a steak, right? Around that time. Huh? No. If anything, a little stiff. Yeah, I have that. Thank you. Ladies are getting ready. Amanda Lemos, 14-4. All right. Sorry, all right, we're getting ready to get this thing going, guys. Dude, I didn't get the timer started. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. First round, 4 minutes, 48 seconds. I have way too many tabs open, so it's a little bit of a clusterfuck up there. Bouncing movement by Lucendo. Lemos taking more of the space up in the cage, pushing Lucendo back behind the black line. I love to see that. But that's Lucendo's style, too. Her style is very karate-esque. Bouncy. Lemos with the calf kick. Slightly checked by Lucendo. Lemos with the, I would say, I don't want to say Karen haircut because it's outplayed, but almost like the Hillary Clinton late 90s type haircut. Very popular in the late 90s, this haircut. I think they call it the bob. Dyed blonde. Lemos getting a little frustrated, sick and tired of watching Lucendo bounce around like a bouncing bean. And she says, you're going to come and you're going to fight me. I don't think Lucendo's into that, though. I think she's trying to frustrate Lemos a little bit. Main card, by the way, guys, UFC 313, and this is the fight that they served to us. Okay, spinning hook kick. She must have been watching Ruffy. She got a little excited there, went for it, missed it. Lemos feinting on the outside. Oh, big shot, though, not for nothing. Digging in the underhook. Got to get that left shoulder a little bit lower there, Lucendo. Can't give up the body lock, right? Got to get your left shoulder a little bit lower. You could bend your knees and do that, too. You just bend your knees and lower your level. You get the shoulder under the armpit. She's doing it now. I think Lemos is a strong woman. I think she's really strong. She's got to get... There we go. There we go. By Lucendo. Against the cage. She positioned herself so that the underhook would actually have some faculty there. I mean, I don't understand. Oh, she's bleeding out of the eye. Lucendo has a little bit of blood coming out of her eye. Excuse me. Nice outside trip. Beautiful work. Commits with the underhook and manages to pin Lucendo down supine, head against the cage. Let's see if Lucendo wall walks and actually gets up to her feet or if she accepts the bottom position. This is going to be interesting. It's going to tell us a lot about how this fight's going to go, because if Lemos knows she can take Lucendo down, she's going to keep doing it. Allowing herself to get stacked like this. Omoplata attempt, low percentage technique in MMA. Wouldn't go for it, but good work here by both of these ladies are working really hard on the ground here. Lucendo gets back to the full closed guard. Good work on bottom. Being able to do that is not easy. All right, while these women beat the living hell out of each other, let's end this poll. How about it? All right, so I asked you guys, what is Justin Gaethje's significant strike per minute? And 61% of you guys got it right. It's 7.46 significant strikes per minute. No shame in getting it wrong. That is like an inside baseball type analytic, and I wouldn't know it if I wasn't researching it. Interestingly enough, and this stood out to me even more so. So he lands 7.46 4.6 significant strikes, right, per minute. He absorbs 7.66. He absorbs more by a fraction of a percent, more than he actually dishes out. Just a stat worth thinking about. I would love to see Lucendo try to get up, though, man. I think her laying here on her back, just accepting the down position, is not a move, man, that you're gonna wanna use. This is not the style you wanna play. Too accepting. This is the behavior you'll see in the early 2000s. There was a style where it's a ground and pound type style where you would take your opponent down, you would pin their head against the cage, and you would just elbow their head till it's flat. That changed once fighters started learning techniques of how to position their body and wall walk. Seeing Lucendo in 2025 accept down position with no thought of standing up is crazy to me. All right, let's see how it went. Let's go. Big congratulations to my brother, Mike Boyle. I know he's not in the chat right now because he just got finished making his pro debut in boxing. He just sent me a video. Pull right hand counter. Oddly enough, man, if you've been here for a second, you know that I said Ruffy was in Brazil training, and one of my students and close friends was watching him train and spoke highly of him. Weird synchronicity. This is the kid that I was telling you about. He just won his debut. I'll show you guys right here. He's the white kid. Let me know if you guys can. You might not be able to see it. But, oh shit! Let me just play that back for you real quick. Let's see if you guys can see it. Oh shit! Give me a second, man. The fuck? I don't know if you guys saw that. That was a lot of effort for not a ton of value there. Pull counter. Caught him on the pull counter. Did you guys see that or no? I'll show it one more time. Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? Backed up. Read the shot. Right hand counter. Slept him. Mike Boyle, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats, Mike. Let me actually text him back. All right. What are we doing? How the ladies doing here? Lucinda just had double overhook body lock. 2025. She just had double overhooks. She had a body lock with double overhooks. Oh, energetic. I definitely will. Fight fucking sucks, guys. Digs in the right underhook. Good shin shield by Lucinda. This is forcing the hip space, but Lemos does a good job of tripping out the post leg, gaining top position on the ground. I'd like her to get busy with some ground and pound. That'd be nice. She needs to get busy from the top position. I mean, she's winning the round, no doubt about it, but Yeah, this shit is whack. This fight has been pretty whack, if I'm being honest with you guys. About to take a little nap, like you said, Dave. Yo, what's up, Brave? Let's put some volume on here so I can actually get a little something. Rogan's giving a breakdown of what she could be doing from a defensive and offensive game, jiu-jitsu related. That's not going to ever work. You're not going to be able to submit your opponent while you're pinned against the cage. It's very hard to do because your ability to move your head is integral to creating submission offense. If I pin your head in one set position, submitting me is going to be nearly impossible. She's lost a lot of momentum and leverage, rather, because of her positioning relative to the cage. So what I would like to see is what, right? She should stand up. She should try to wall walk. That means that you're probably going to get punched a few times. You're going to take a few shots, but you have to accept that as a reality. If you're in a fight, you have to just get the fuck up and make it a fight. And locking on an overhook, although it's good defensively, is not a good sign, right? We're at the end of the second round. She hasn't really done much. UFC main card, talented girl. I actually was leaning towards her. I thought she could have pulled it off, but Lemos is just too much for her. Yeah, Lemos is getting busy if she just watches the up kicks here. Diving hammer fist from the top position. There we go. Second round's over. I'm hearing a lot of issues with the ESPN app. I'm not having any problems myself right now, but I am hearing a few things. Some guy earlier on in the chat was saying something. I think Ruffy has a lot of potential, Bobby. I do. I think he can definitely pull off some more W's, and we can see where his career is going to go. I'm not too sure. One fight can change a fighter's trajectory, so it might be a little too soon to predict. He has the ability, though, to do great things and to certainly win a title. I really believe that. He has the striking acumen to be able to do that. And he has the confidence. He has, like we said before earlier on, he has a presence about him. So I'll be paying attention. Yeah, yo, Jax, you see that? That was a crazy knockout. Oh, shoot. You know, Jason, craziest thing, man. I rarely ever buy the event before I start live streaming, or usually within 5 or 10 minutes of going live, I'll purchase the event. For whatever reason, an hour before, I was still watching the early prelims. I was like, you know what? Let me just buy it and I'll go in the other room. And fortunately, I did, I guess. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, before that fight even happened, someone in the chat was saying it might be time for Bobby to retire. And I responded by saying, I'm never the guy to say a fighter should retire, but that was bad, dude. That was the sharpness of a heel hitting your temple with crazy velocity. And again, this isn't the first time he's been knocked out. The Jalen Turner fight was brutal. We were live for that fight. We were I say we as if you guys were clapping as well, but I was going absolutely wild. I was very happy about that. I was happy about seeing Green get destroyed because of how he behaved in the fight versus Jared Gordon, which I think was just unethical. So I was like, yeah, fuck him up. Then he lost to Paddy Pimblett. He beat Dan Miller in between there, but that's one of his, contemporaries in terms of their age, so that doesn't count as much. And then getting knocked out by Ruffy, I think it might be time to retire. I really do. Unless he's okay with no longer being a main card fighter, maybe being a fight night prelim fighter, which is hard to accept, or maybe going to a different organization, potentially. That's hard for a guy like Bobby Green to accept, though, because he has fought guys like Islam Makhachev. He's competed at the highest level. It's hard for you, right? It's hard. It's hard. Your ego's caught up in it. You're like, I remember being that guy. I know I can still do it, but you can't be getting knocked out like that, man. That's shortening up the lifespan 100%. While I'm yapping here, Lucendo's in the top position, strong side control position, great chest pressure, shoulder pressure. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm peripherally watching the fight. I believe she's down 2 rounds. So holding side control and throwing shoulder bumps from side control is not going to win you the fight, right? She should be looking to submit or give a little bit of space and do tremendous damage. And I know the downside of giving space to create ground and pound opportunities is your fighter can stand up. As we always say, the same space you need to do damage is the same space they need to get up. So there's a risk involved with that. But you're down 2 rounds, sweetheart. You got 2 minutes left. What do you do? I mean, this isn't it. This is a low fight IQ. What do I mean by that? Low fight IQ is not always knowing when to position yourself, where your head should be at range relative to your opponent's offense. That is fight IQ too. Fight IQ is also knowing where you are in a round, knowing where you are within the context of the fight. So now Lemos scrambled up, and now she's in the offensive position, and she gets to trip, and she's in top half guard, top half butterfly. You understand? So that was a huge mistake. Lucendo should have taken autonomy there, and should have been the one to create the space and do damage. That's a fight IQ issue. 100% of it is. Yeah, you guys are still struggling with ESPN or what? ESPN is notoriously terrible, but a lot of these platforms are, man. You know what platform I really don't like? We have a minute left on the round, guys. You know what platform kills me, dude? What is it? Paramount, man. Multi-billion-dollar company. Let me help you out with your user interface. You know what you should do? Continue watching. How does Paramount's app not have a continue watching feature where horizontally displayed where you can just continue watching like every other app has? How can you launch an app for this long and not have a continue watching? To me, that's mind-boggling. Also, lag's crazy. It is a very bad lag. So that's crazy to me. ESPN app is pretty smooth, all things considered. It's not the most intuitive. It's a little bit of a clusterfuck when you get on there. It's like 45 hockey matches, and then you just see Alex Pereira's head on the corner. You're like, what am I doing here? It's a little overwhelming. And then they try to bifurcate it because you got ESPN Plus. You have the regular ESPN. It is a little much. But again, owned by Disney, tons of billions of dollars. Why are people getting locked out of purchasing UFCs? You guys are losing many millions of dollars because of this. And it's a technical issue. Inexcusable. That's what I was saying. They must have missed out on millions of dollars. Think about that, guys. Because we'll say, oh, we didn't get to lose $80. We'll stream it illegally. Or we'll do something like that, allegedly. But for a company that's selling at scale, like you said, Jack, that's millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Energetic, that's another funny thing. And you got to look at it this way: in the age of AI, where you can easily program your app. Remember, you're multi-billion-dollar. I have a tech platform I'm building, and I'm trying to I'm bootstrapping it. And I'm already thinking about user interface and how you can utilize AI to make the user experience better. And these guys have billions of dollars. Like you said, I've never clicked on a hockey match. Don't show me it. Don't show me it. Just show me what I always click on. You know? So it's actually pretty easy to do that. AI can analyze a user's behavior and then serve them what they typically watch. All right, Lemos gets the win. I think we suspected that would be the case. All right, Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamondes. This is going to be a good fight. I'm back in, guys. I'm back in. I'm invested again. Let me know what you guys think. You know, what I'm thinking about this fight is Jalen, for me, has been hot and cold. I don't want to vote first. Get your votes in fast so I can start giving my opinion on the fight. He's been hot and cold, right? He lost to Hooker, which was surprising to me. I thought that was a fight he could have won. Granted, that was in 2023, so we'll sort of remove that from our thought process when assessing this fight. He destroys Bobby Green, which we celebrated. We were live for that, right? Am I tripping? I don't know. Maybe we weren't live for that. Either way. Then he lost to Moicano. So, and this is not a knock on Moicano because he's been looking good. He's very, very good fight, right? Okay. So he lost that fight. I thought that was a very winnable fight for Jalen, and he lost that fight. Now coming into this next go with Ignacio, he's fighting a guy who has the same attributes that Jalen has. He has the size, the range, the things that Jalen prides himself. Now I'm saying pride's a little bit of a crazy statement. I don't know if he prides himself in it, but he has these natural attributes in being long and rangy. He's not going to have that advantage versus Ignacio. Man, what do you guys think? Let me see. What are you guys feeling for this fight? Drop it in the chat. Let me see what you guys, before I give my final prediction. 52% Ignacio is what I'm saying. I have no context. All I see is Mel Gibson. Love that guy. I love Mel Gibson too. Ignacio, I'll just give my prediction. I'd love to see Jalen pull it out, but because he's so inconsistent, I struggle to think he could beat Ignacio. So I'm leaning Ignacio. 3-round decision. What's going on here? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Going Jalen. I see Jalen here. Jalen. I need some water. Yeah, no, he has lost. He dropped one. Yeah, I know. What the hell happened there? What the hell happened? I think Ignacio, as I said, I'm thinking Ignacio can pull it out. But I'm thinking by decision. If I were to throw my hat in it, I would say by decision. And why do I say that? I would think Jalen in a 3-rounder has enough stand-up acumen to be able to not get knocked out, to be clean in there. I do think he's pretty talented in the clinch as well. Ignacio is nasty in the clinch from what I remember. He gets busy with the elbows. And he's underrated in the grappling. I don't think he's going to go out there and submit Jalen, although it could happen. I think the safe bet is two really long, rangy lightweights going at it, and one of them just edging out the other one. Ignacio Bahamondes. He is the favorite. My ESPN stream is good. Fortunately. Sucks everyone's having issues with this, man. Have any of you guys paid for the event and you're not able to stream it? Let me know. That's pretty terrible. Definitely get your money back if that's the case. They're showing the replay of Jalen Turner knocking out Bobby Green. I think that was the fight that just set Bobby back, huh? Pretty tremendously. Yo, Ace, you just brought it back to me, actually. That fight, I talked about it just now briefly. I'm just yapping, though. I'm not really thinking... I'm not thinking deeply about the fight. But Moicano really did destroy Jalen in the grappling, right? Didn't he just outclass him, mount him? Granted, Moicano's a talented black belt, but I don't expect Ignacio to come out and hit a high crotch and just slice past Turner's guard, but his ground was terrible. If what I'm remembering in the fight, and it's a little foggy, Jalen Turner's ground game was really bad. So, it's just, yeah. I don't expect it to go to the ground like that. I expect it to be a stand-up fight. Let's see. Maybe a little bit of clinch action. Right, that's what it was. Right. 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 All right, we got Ignacio making his way to the cage. Let me get a little volume in my headphones here. Ignacio's working with a coach from Dagestan. Let's go. He's going to leg lace Jalen Turner immediately. Bilal Muhammad in his corner. No, I'm not. I'm not, Richie. Thanks for the 5, my man. I see that you are, which is awesome. You pop my feed occasionally. I see that. Nah, teaching days are over, man. For now. You never know in the future what I'll do, but definitely done for now. I really enjoy this walkout music. It's tight. Bahamondes in the cage. Let's see how it plays out. Jalen Turner making his way to the cage. What is this entrance song? Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. I did not expect this. You couldn't have told me. It could be a worship song or some. I didn't expect this. Not in a million years, I think this would be his walkout song. Yo, I appreciate that, bro. And you know, it's something, you know me, because I was your coach for a long time, for few years back in the day. It did it for like, what, 2 decades, I think. So it's just one of those things. As much as I love to do it, it is a time. We get older, you have to really value your ROI of what you're doing with your time. And I have some pretty ambitious things I'm working on behind the scenes that I haven't made public. So it'll be cool. And I've said this so many times, so it's a little bit annoying to hear, but having my own private location where I can train people I want to train would be good. I just don't anticipate ever teaching the general public again. I don't see it happening. And I do appreciate the kind words, man. All right, we got Jalen Turner back in the cage. Let's see how he does, man. All right, let me end this poll. All right, you guys think Turner's going to win, apparently. Money's relative. I think if you have a mind for marketing and product research, or rather market research, you can do as well as you want to do, like any industry. But it has to be something you're really passionate about, man, and something you want to. It is brick and mortar, right? So we're talking about scale. How do you scale? So in the digital era, there's other options if you want to become wealthy or whatever your goals are. Everyone's different. All right, they're announcing my man Bahamondes. David Ramirez just hit me with the craziest. He does look like, when you go to make your creative fighter in UFC 5, the stock image, Jalen Turner. Very funny. MMA is such a tough sport. Jalen Turner, an incredible fighter, ranked 13th. He has a record of 14-8. Think about that. Such a tough way to get ahead and make a living. And not just that, to go undefeated in this sport is nuts. All right, guys, we're getting ready. Round 1. Let me try to do this here. All right, round 1, guys. Whoa, Ignacio with the right hand clubs Jalen right on the forehead, but Jalen takes it well. Right away, starts backing Ignacio up. They're so similarly built, it's insane. The issue I'm seeing here with Jalen so far is he's coming in with his head on the center line, and he's been hit a few times already by Ignacio. Head kick lands by Ignacio there. Oh, beautiful combination for Jalen. Wow, what a dumb strategy that was. Thank you. Thank you. That was such a dumb strategy. I can't right now. I'm sorry. Thank you, though. All right. That was such a bad strategy that he shot in and completely just fell right to his back. I don't know. Jalen taking a page out of Moicano's book. Yeah, don't do a head and arm strangle from the close guard. Not a good strategy. Beautiful, nice sweep attempt there by Ignacio. You cannot allow your opponent to control your head like this. Just posturing up would literally take away all of those vertical elbows. Thank you. Come on, man. You can't be getting caught in triangles in 2025, dude. Come on. Beautiful. It's over. That's tight. That's tight. He's done. He's done. Guaranteed. Taps. Come on, man. I called it, by the way. I just didn't know that it was going to be. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a decision. Terrible. I guess the writing was on the wall with Jalen. He has to figure out his grappling. And he has to change his walkout song as well. His creative fighter stats, great stand-up, terrible ground game. Terrible ground games. Terrible submission defense and ground and pound defense. It was a nice transition. He off-balanced him with a sweep attempt, and it was enough for Jalen to pull one arm out, which baited him for the triangle. And this, once I saw the shoulder get taken out from the triangle, see how his right shoulder is behind the hamstring? That's a tight fucking triangle. Perfectly perpendicular, leg hooked, done. That is a really clean triangle. That was a clean win. Congratulations to him. That was no joke. It's tough now, guys. So if we look here, Jalen now has lost, 3 of his last, and his record's terrible. So he's lost. Such a talented kid, too. Now he's lost his last 2 fights. He was finished, 1 in the second round, 1 in the first round. He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights now. Everyone processes loss differently, but he's too accepting of it, man. That sucks, man. Yeah, you think so, Richie? I think he might get cut, man. There's definitely a chance. Scott, what's up, man? He's very talented, Ignacio. I mean, he can knock you unconscious. He has one of the best straight kick knockouts in the UFC. And there hasn't been a ton of them, so. But he has one that's beautiful. He kicked the dude underneath his chin. That was a beautiful knockout. Let's get another poll going because this fight's over. Next fight is one that we've absolutely been looking forward to. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. Let's get a poll going. Let's see what you guys are at in terms of your predictions for that fight. That was beautiful. The thing is, I'm rewatching the strangle here. He gave him the fucking triangle. He instigated a sweep. It was sort of like a failed omoplata almost, if I'm catching it right, because I caught the tail end of it again. Jalen comes back into the guard and says, take the triangle. He puts his right arm inside. That's crazy negligence. Yeah. There's a few guys that have to. I think a few fighters on this card, if they do lose, they're going to be in a position where they might have to retire. Won't be my place to say it, but you guys definitely will. Because, it's tough. Fighting is a tough game, man. So you guys, so far, if I'm seeing this poll correctly, 68% of you guys are rocking with Justin. 70% of you guys. Get those votes in before the fight starts, so I know where you guys stand. And we're going to get a prediction going from Uncle Steve, too. I'll throw it out for you. Yeah, that's what you guys are. I think you've gotten every single one wrong. If I'm not good, my fan base is just wild. They don't give a fuck. Mark Zuckerberg in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, trying to behave like a human. Mark Zuckerberg. Happy to see Patricio Pitbull in the UFC finally. Talked a big game. Now he has to back it up. If you guys got them all wrong, that's great. Jesse, what's up, man? So listen, Justin is obviously the favorite. Justin's the favorite despite being a man coming off of a really brutal knockout loss. Most guys come off of a loss like the one in which he did, where you go face down at this stage of your career. It's hard to come back from, especially in your mid to late 30s, right? Maybe he's in his early 30s, but I think he's in his mid 30s. Regardless of his age, it's hard to come back from a face down knockout where you're out cold. And not to mention, this is a guy who, and he said, I've never been put out like that. It's true, he's never been put out. But almost every one of his fights, barring a handful, he's been on skates. So he's taken a tremendous amount of damage to his head. Now, what does that mean when we think about this fight against Fiziev? When that fight first happened, I was convinced that Fiziev had the technical skills on the feet to be able to manage distance and to outpoint Gaethje. I was really shocked when Gaethje won that fight. And in my opinion, he made it look pretty easy. It was competitive in spots. I'm not saying it wasn't. But I was really surprised at how technical Gaethje looked. Gaethje coming back from a knockout loss. Granted, we have Fiziev coming off of knee surgery. Then he was on hiatus for a good while too, kind of on the bench. He's coming in a short notice. I think Justin Gaethje decides to fight smarter, which we've seen in his career before. When he makes those adjustments to fight more intelligently, he typically does better. He made that adjustment early on in his UFC career to move away from the mauling brawler style, and he became more successful. I think the adjustment he's going to make in this fight will be an example of that next level of adjustment he's going to make. And Fiziev, too long of a layoff, in my opinion. I think he struggles sometimes with accuracy as well. Beautiful striker. All credit to him. Pulls back with that Muay Thai style, whiffs kicks, unbelievable combinations. That being said, I can't see how a man who's coming off knee surgery, a long layoff, is going to be a more precise, more cautious, which again for Justin is a good thing. This version of Justin Gaethje, I think, gets it done. By decision would be my thought. By the way, Alexander Volkanovski thinks Fiziev's going to win. If I'm not mistaken, believe so. Get your votes in, guys. Get your votes in now. Damn, Justin KO in the first round. That's wild. Okay. Well, listen, a percentage of you guys definitely are going for Fiziev, so let's see. Fiziev's not even ranked. I didn't realize that. Justin fighting a guy who's not ranked. Hey, shout out to Fiziev. No one else wanted to come in to fight Justin on short notice, which makes sense. And it's not a fear thing, which I'm sure is part of it, but having to cut that much weight on short notice is tough. Fiziev traveling from across the world and cutting weight. During Ramadan, crazy. Really have to respect this man. But if we're seeing the same thing, we're thinking of a Justin Gaethje who makes those adjustments. Who goes, yo, I just got knocked out. I got to fight a little smarter now. Maybe when he prompts me to exchange, I don't take the bait. And I utilize my distance, my range. I set traps. And he can win a decision. Maybe he knocks out Fiziev. I doubt that, though. If I would have put money on it, I wouldn't think so. Volkanovski is I'm seeing the comments, the chat. Volkanovski is an extremely talented dude. Think about that. He can sing. He can cook. He can fight. Crazy. The trifecta. This guy, what can he do is what we're trying to figure out right now. It's a really stacked division, the lightweight division. So you're asking why he's not ranked? If you look at the top 10, it's pretty stacked, guys. Fiziev has some of the most beautiful stand-up in the division, though. You just watch him do it. It's textbook kickboxing. It's beautiful to watch. He has the Blink-182 hair for sure. All right. They have to sell the fight. This is my favorite part. I mean, it's meant to get us excited. I understand that. I always joke around. I say, guys, I already purchased the fight to show the fight so I can watch the fight. You don't have to sell me anymore. Justin Gaethje scored a few. Did he score a takedown on Fiziev in their last fight? I think he did. I mean, to eat on stream. It's one of the fucking cardinal sins, man. I had to get something in, though. This is my take on it. So, Steve, if Fiziev is not to win this fight, why would he be so confident coming in, and why would he take the fight? We're not going to talk about the money. That's an obvious. Also, as we just discussed, he's not ranked. So what does he have to risk in taking this fight against Justin Gaethje? He's kind of, this is a company move. Like, UFC should think kindly of him if he takes the fight, and even if he loses, they'll keep him in consideration going into his next fight. Let's say negotiations for his next fight. Not to mention, a check doesn't hurt either, right? Getting paid is a good thing. All right, Fiziev coming in. He's looked happy this whole lead up to this fight, this whole week, while cutting weight, Ramadan, fasting. He's looked so excited. He does look really small. I might be tripping. He might take off that vest and just look like Adonis. But from what I'm seeing, anyway, he's been cutting all week. But his frame looks smaller than I recall seeing. Not sure why that's the case. Maybe he wasn't in fight. Right? Maybe the fact that he's not in fight camp. Maybe it's that he's fasting. Not too sure. Sure, it all plays a role. But he looks super grateful, really happy to be there. He just looks really. Sometimes fighters who fight with this level of relaxation and they don't do a full camp, they actually shine. They look really good. They don't have the 6 weeks of anxiety and doubt weighing in on them as they approach the fight. They kind of just go in and they let themselves move freely through the fight. And they actually end up doing well because they're not bogged down by their own fears in the fight. That's the vibe I'm getting from this dude here. He looks super comfortable, very at peace with the moment. Now, is that going to change the result? Who knows? It's impossible to make predictions for fighting. Gotta say, he's got the fucking awesome braids, though. Not for nothing. Huh. Really? Richie says that, that's crazy. I don't think he should retire. I mean, there's holes that he has in his game related to the ground, but I don't know, man. Retiring though? Crazy. Get this fucking guy in the cage already, for God's sakes. Sitting here for 4 hours waiting for this guy to get in the cage. Yeah, his frame looks smaller than I remember. Heavy duty paws, but he's not as thick, you know? All right, get your last votes in, guys. We got 128 votes. Get another 1 or 2 in there. Vote now or forever hold your peace. We're closing this thing, man. Let's get to 130. All right, end. Oh, it's good. I'm glad it's working for you guys. Listen, this is a fight that you're going to want to see, so that's great. We have Justin Gaethje coming in, fellas. There's always questions when you come back from such a devastating loss. How is a fighter going to respond to this moment? But if there was ever a fighter that I'm not worried about coming back from a knockout loss, it's Justin Gaethje. He has such a complete trust in himself when the bell rings. It's crazy. Okay. It's hard not to really love Justin, man. Complete fan favorite, someone that you love to watch fight. You know he's going to bare his soul in there every single time. He's going to throw caution to the wind, and he's going to go out there and try to get the job done. You know he's a hardcore stoner, right? He comes out to like Rasta. It's a dope song. I don't know the song, but it's a good song. What would you think would happen if he took a dab hit right before he walked out? He is, right? Yo, he has that approach. He has that mindset. He's willing to risk everything for very little. Risk his life for a check. Yeah, that's all I was eating. Actually, it's funny. I'm eating ground beef, 90%, 90-10, and white rice. And then my drink, which is non-alcoholic. Adaptogen drink. Because short notice fighting Gaethje is a nightmare. Fuck, man. Knowing that you lost to him with a full camp. Come on, man. That's not easy. That just takes a lot of balls to do that. All right. Selling advertisement space for vodka right before two guys try to kill each other. All right. They're booing him. Crazy. I can understand not clapping for him because you want Gaethje to win, but to boo the dude is insanity. I am kind of proud that we're starting to get a little bit of pride in our country. I'm speaking for the Americans in the chat. We're the one country where we rarely get behind our fighters. Other countries are so passionate about their countrymen. It's cool to see. We have a little bit of pride back. I'm noticing a trend change recently. Justin Gaethje. All right, round one coming up. All right. USA chants in the crowd. What's Fiziev going to do differently from the first fight? It seems like he's being a little bit more fleet. Wow, nice takedown by Fiziev. He catches the kick, off balances Gaethje, and puts him on his back. Very surprised Gaethje gets right up with that wrestling background. Nice knee. Oh, beautiful. Oh, he's going to get taken down again? No, he gets fucking taken down again. But Justin scrambles up. No, he has him in a reverse triangle. Dude, Fiziev came in on short notice and is just out grappling Justin. Lock up that Kimura. He's figure fouring his legs the wrong way. Not that it matters. He's not going to go for a triangle, but his legs are triangled in the wrong direction. Nice body shots by Fiziev. Wow. Gaethje back up. That's crazy. Fiziev, man, we talked. What did we say when we saw him walking out? That was part of the breakdown. Was sometimes a fighter comes in on short notice and he's at ease. He has less stress built up. Looks that way so far. We're still really early in the fight, so let's not jump the gun here. Nice jab to the body by Fiziev. Controlling the distance very well. What I noticed as a change from the first fight. Ooh, nice uppercut by Gaethje. Fiziev a little bit more defensively responsible. And what I mean by that is he's pulling back pretty well. Very patient, controlled first round by Fiziev, despite the takedowns in the ground and pound. Anti-low kick, switches stance, goes southpaw, switches directions, goes back to conventional, uses his jab to create space. That's high-level technique, guys. He's using his entire body to manufacture space when needed defensively. Counter right hand misses. A little bit of clinch work here by Fiziev. Ooh, nice job. Got to pull your arm out if you're not going to use that underhook. All right, never mind. Nice knee there to the body. Nice knee to the body there by Fiziev as well. Nice body kick. Nice left hand pushes Gaethje back. Nice body kick. I don't like seeing Gaethje take this much damage this early on. I wouldn't mind. Gaethje refuses to use his wrestling. He will not do it, ladies and gentlemen. Fiziev looked tired for a second, took a deep breath in the clinch. A little tired. Chad, he looks a little tired. Ramadan, cutting weight, traveling across the world, short notice. Let's see. He won the first round, that's for sure, if he doesn't get knocked out in the next 50 seconds. Oh, nice right hand by Gaethje. What I remember from the last fight is Gaethje was able to discourage Fiziev after the first round. And I saw Fiziev start to accept a certain pattern where he wasn't leading the dance with the striking. That could happen in this fight too. He won the first round, but he shoots a takedown. Almost got it. Oh, nice uppercut. Nice job by Gaethje. Ooh, left hand lands on Gaethje's chin. Great first round. Great first round. We're going to give that to Fiziev for sure. We'll give that 10-9, round one. We're going to give that round to Gaethje, guys. That was as good of a first round as you can have without winning and stopping your opponent. He had a knee tap, and then he tried to roll through on that defense, but nice elbows to the floater ribs. Nice knee right to the tit. Body kick. All right, guys, second round. So far, the fight has delivered. Very entertaining. Second round, guys. All right, second round's live. Trying to head him off. Gaethje is. Gaethje's much more aggressive now, switching stances as a ploy to, as a ploy to cut the cage off. But Fiziev does a good job of getting his back to the center. Going to go left body kick, right? Left body kick coming up. Yep, left body kick. Left hook. That's nice. He goes left body kick. He stays in the conventional stance from southpaw and then throws a left hook on that same side. Steal it, man. Gaethje got kicked in the balls, but he doesn't want to break. He wants to go straight to work. Forgot to pause the timer. All right. Probably a few seconds off on my timer, but what are you going to do? I would like to see him do that again. Switch southpaw, go left body kick to conventional lead hook. Ooh, beautiful exchange there. Nice low kick to the calf there by Fiziev. Gaethje's exploding forward, but so really just one real method, right? He bodes forward, head forward, and he throws the overhand, comes back with the hook. I think it's becoming predictable for Fiziev. He's nice right hand to the body. He has to watch the overhand. He has to watch those big, wild overhands. Good job reading that by Fiziev. Yeah, he has to go back to that body kick. He goes head kick. That's nice. I would, go head kick again and then chamber to the body. Gaethje does that really well. He lowers his level and then he braces and then he throws the overhand right there. See that? Oh, good head movement in the pocket by Fiziev to read that. But if I were to say who's winning this, right hand over the top. I think that definitely stunned him. But Gaethje comes back with a right hand of his own. Very cute punch. Pause. Very cute punch over the top. Lands right behind the ear. He has to be careful, Fiziev. He's in range to get knocked unconscious with those overhands. Nice right hand. That right hand is getting closer and closer. Fiziev has to be careful. He's rolling with it well, but it's landing. Again, I'm staying out of the clinch. If I know he needs that proximity to land the overhand, we're fighting at range. We're fighting at kicking range. Because he's winning. Fiziev is winning at kicking range. So why even give him a shot at look, see what he does? Watch what Gaethje does. He hunkers down. And then he looks to loop the... watch the overhand. Watch. Watch his right hand. Oh, beautiful knee up the middle by Fiziev. Excellent. High level, high IQ. Watch the overhand. Got knocked down. Big uppercut. Fiziev got rocked with the uppercut. Beautiful shot by Gaethje. He's going for the finish. But Fiziev wrestles up to a front headlock position. That was an excellent uppercut by Gaethje. He had an initial he had the initial overhand that he had Fiziev worrying about the overhand. So switching it to an uppercut was high IQ by Gaethje. Excellent. I would just let him up, right? You have him rocked, palm the back of his head, short uppercuts, catch him as he's coming up. Goes for the cradle there, switches to a single. I wouldn't wrestle. Yeah, we go. Fiziev's back up. Watch that uppercut. He's leaning into the uppercut again, guys. Head kick by Fiziev to keep him off. Head kick attempt. Fiziev sees it. A little slower on the pull, but he still saw it. His eyes are still there. Tough round for Fiziev. So what I saw is Fiziev becoming a little bit more privy to the overhand. And as I said before, what do you do when your opponent's starting to read your overhand? Come with the uppercut. That was beautiful. He rolled. That was a bob and weave. He bobbed and weaved and evaded Fiziev's uppercut and then landed his own. That was nice. It's 1-1 in my opinion. 1-1. Let me write that down. Anybody's fight. Anybody's fight. Final round. Final round. They're giving a discount for UFC 314, by the way. Save money if you order it before a certain date. I don't know if they're going to anticipating struggling with sales, pay-per-view sales. You got to watch that uppercut now, man. Oh, spinning hook kick almost lands. Got to go back to that body kick, man. If I'm Fiziev, what am I doing? I'm trying to just win by points. You know, impressively, of course. Stay out of those chest-to-chest close-range positions. Not worth it. If you know that's Gaethje's only method of winning. Overhands, big shots up close, see? Why even risk it? Body jab by Fiziev. Oh, nice shot by Fiziev there. Little short. Oh, nice body kick. Oh, nice. Oh, nice body kick. He goes to the body kick again. That's nice. I think he hurt him to the body. Nice body shot there by Fiziev. Watch the uppercuts in close. This is where he does good work. Body kick. I would just keep digging. Should have never stopped. Should have never stopped. Second round, he should have kept that going. He's digging the backhand straight to Gaethje's body. Gaethje's taking deep breaths. And what's good now is we're seeing that the punches are becoming more labored by Gaethje as a result of getting punched and kicked to the body so regularly. Let's see him go back to it. He's rolling the overhand out of the clinch, taking off some of the sting. Goes back to the body kick. I believe I put my vote was for Gaethje 3 rounds. I don't know if he's going to pull this off, man. I think Fiziev's winning this fight. Roll that. Mexican roll that shot off the break. They're both, he's tired. He's tired. Fiziev is very tired. Watch the uppercut. Right uppercut. Head kick from close range out of the clinch. That's very rare to see in MMA. Fiziev is exhausted, guys. 2 minutes to go. Justin should be able to pull ahead now as a result of his cardio. That full camp. Uh-oh. Uppercut, uppercut. Good body shots by Fiziev. Eats an uppercut there. Go back to the body kick. He does. Left hand, pulls, slips. Eats a right hand there. Fiziev's fading, man. He's fading. He's fading. He's tired, guys. What can you say? He's tired. Beautiful. He's going to score a takedown late in the fight? No. So I think we got it right. I don't know. I think most of us thought Gaethje would pull it off. I picked 3-round decision. I just think coming in short notice is just too much, man. Against a guy like Gaethje who relies on that kind of fast-paced approach to fighting. Gotta go. Eats a head kick. Gaethje's trying to finish him now. Oh. Nice knee. Good fight. Good fight. Fiziev made a great account of himself, especially on short notice. Nothing to be ashamed of. He lost 2 rounds to 1, if I'm to put my vote on it. Let me know what you guys think. Good fight. Solid fight. They threw it all out, right? That was beautiful. Great showing, man. I'm impressed by both guys. I didn't see like a technical change in Justin's approach, but I think that's relative to the guy he was fighting. Fiziev being so technically advanced as a Muay Thai fighter, this was not the fight to be super clean and technical, but I think he felt he can get away with fighting in close, and that may have been his only way to win. So Justin fought that way. I think that style would have backfired against a heavy puncher who is well-conditioned on a full camp. Either way, great fight. Fiziev, like I said, I don't think his stock goes down at all. Yeah, he lost to Justin twice, but on a full camp, maybe he pulls out that 3rd round and he wins 2-1. We don't know. But either way, that was a great fight. Both guys put it in. Yeah, he won 2-1, 100%. Justin got 2 rounds. Let's see if the judges get it right. Got to feel good for Justin to get that knockout loss behind him. Every highlight video has been him getting knocked out by Holloway. It's got to feel good. He gets the win. Justin Gaethje. Let's never fight again, Justin says. That was a good fight. Main event coming up. Let's get this poll in while Justin gives us his final. Yo, I don't got no moderators in here, huh? These guys are running amok in the chat. Oh, not old. Never mind. Drop your votes in, guys. That was a beautiful, they're showing the replays of the fight. What a beautiful uppercut he landed against Fiziev, putting him right down. Oh, he ate a full head kick. That's hilarious. He says, who do you want to fight? Rogan asks him. Justin goes, I don't have a choice. The UFC tells me who to fight. Pulls back the curtain a little bit. I love Gaethje, but I think Islam makes easy work of him, to be honest with you. Probably knocks him out. They're showing Manel Kopp, who had gyno. Those guys are so annoying. Are you guys watching this or no? All right. Let's see. What do we have here for the main event? Let's see. What are the issues that we're seeing with excuse me for 1 second. Give me 1 second so I can pull up mute this rather. Oh. What are the issues we see with our good friend over here? Let's pull it up. If I can find it. There you go. 1 second. This is going to be an issue, and I know some of you are going to be contrarians. You're going to say, oh, Steve, well, this was 2022. You'd be 100% right. But see those calf kicks? Calf kick, calf kick, calf kick, calf kick, calf kick. See that? See that? You're going to say that's 2022 or whatever, 2023, whenever this was. All right, you guys get the point. So my take on it after going back and watching some of those highlights, if that was Pereira in there, I don't know if that fight goes to the second round. This is a guy that I'm talking about Ankalaev now. He shoots one takedown in 15 minutes. He averages about one takedown per fight, per 3 rounds. So you're saying, Steve, he's going to mix it up. The proof is that he doesn't really mix it up. And now he's making claims that he doesn't plan on mixing it up. Now, is that just gamesmanship or is that a real tactic that he's going to try to use in the fight? I don't have a magic ball. I don't know. But if we go on history, and it's all we really can do, and he does say, I want to stand with Pereira, I think the calf kicks, I'm so sick of saying this, but I think I've said this on every Pereira fight. That's why I'm tired of talking about it. I think Pereira's calf kicks are going to be problematic. I think the push kick to the body is going to be problematic. I think Ankalaev's, what I love him for, which a lot of you guys don't love him for, is the fact that he's not the funnest guy to watch. He is very defensively minded and cautious to a certain extent. Those things are not going to be good. He might not get knocked out maybe in the early rounds, but he's going to stay at range. He's going to eat calf kicks. He's not going to put himself in position to wrestle. I think that could be a problem. So if we're going off of what history says, I got to put my vote on Pereira to take it. I actually think he can get the knockout. Everyone says, oh, Pereira's really strong. I hear a word from training that he's really strong physically. But I think about Pereira's first fight with his first fight with Jiri, and Jiri high-crotched him against the cage. He picked him up and dumped him. He's not, if you attack lock doubles, high crotches, and trips on your singles, you can take Pereira down. But he has really long legs, high hips, so running the pipe and things like that without a trip It's going to be difficult. He's just going to hop. He's going to position your head properly. He's going to defend the takedown. Anyway, that's my little breakdown there. If Ankalaev does go in there and mix it up with his takedowns and pushes Pereira back and doesn't allow him to kick the leg, yeah, he can win the fight 100%. He has really good grappling. Great ground and pound. He knows how to ride the positions. He knows how to leg lace. He knows how to work with a single hook in, power half Nelsons, the whole 9 yards. I think he has what it takes to win this fight. He's so talented. I wouldn't mind seeing him win. I've had my share of Pereira with Nina drama and all these shorts. I'm over it already. I love Pereira. He might get the knockout, but I think Ankalaev has what it takes. I'm going to tell you in the first minute of the fight, I'm going to call the fight. I'm going to call it. I should be able to see the entire fight from the first minute or so. Well, that's the thing, too. It's like he's saying I plan on standing. I mean, I'm not saying, listen, it's not like we haven't seen Pereira get knocked out. And Ankalaev closes distance really quick. He's a big kid. He can do it. He absolutely can knock Pereira out. It's just such a dumb game to play. Maybe you sell that you're going to try to knock him out, sell that angle, but then mix in your takedowns. I know it's not fashionable to say that, but fighters just don't do it anymore. Fighters have stopped doing MMA, if you haven't noticed. This is the perfect guy. They're showing the lead up to the fight, so I'm ranting. This is the perfect guy to deploy MMA against. This is the perfect fucking fight to be an MMA fighter, to decide to do MMA. I mean, but you just see Pereira knocking him out and you go, kind of see it coming, right? I'm going to close this up. Get your last few votes in, guys. Pereira hits him with a single shot. He goes down. Everyone's like, yeah, we kind of saw that coming. That's how I feel too, David. It's funny. I like him. Like, his brand hasn't worn on me. The Chamba and all the stoic face and all that. I still dig the brand. I'm bought in on it. I don't know. I don't think I'm soiled on him or spoiled on him yet. I think it's more a product of just the silly Nina drama videos are a little, like you said, a little overexposed to that extent. But hey, we all do content that people don't like. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? At the end of the day, he gets in there and he does excellent work. And that's what we love him for. He's such a great fighter, great presence. And he's injected so much life into this sport. Because let's face it, MMA is on a, don't like to say that, but in terms of star power, it does feel like the UFC is starting to fade in terms of star power. All right, Ankalaev making his way to the cage, guys. Let me get some volume in my headphones here. I'm going to call the fight, guys. I might at times go completely silent and stop calling the fight. I'm really just trying to enjoy the fight and not have to talk through it. You guys are watching for me to bullshit a little bit, but truly, I kind of just want to watch the fight. This is really the only fight that I actually was looking forward to. Maybe Ankalaev has this confidence. He even said leading up to the fight, I think it was a pre-fight press conference, he said, I'm going to eat this guy up. Actually, it was the weigh-ins, I believe. He said, I'm going to eat this guy up. He has a true belief that this is a mismatch. I don't know, man. I kind of feel as if I kind of think it is a mismatch. If he just uses what he has as a wrestler, he can make it look really easy. But he might be a stubborn dude. We don't know. I'm not going to lie, too. I was watching the countdown to this, and I got bought into a story a little bit. I heard that he lost his father when he was like 13 years old. And he had to become the father figure, the man in his family. And he started training from there. It's a really inspiring story. All right, we have him in the cage. Chama getting ready to come out. I'm going to let Chama walk out to the cage before I end this poll. Then I'll end it. Ankalaev, man. Everyone was saying Alex Pereira's ducking Ankalaev. They've been saying that for over a year now. Ankalaev is going to be the guy to take the belt from him. UFC's protecting Pereira from Ankalaev. They're keeping him away from wrestlers. We're going to find out in a few minutes, guys, if that narrative is true or not. Ceremonial native music. One of the coolest entrances of all time by a long shot. It's not even close. So cool, man. Gotta thank this dude, man. In his late 30s, he came into MMA late in his life and injected so much life and love into the sport that's kept us as fans enthralled. Without him, slim pickings right now. Round of applause for one of the GOATs. One of the guys that you watch him fight, and I don't think it's anyone in this room, but we might take him for granted a little bit. Right? We may not really appreciate Pereira fully, but I definitely do. Looks a little sleepy, not for nothing. He's about to do his bow move. We love it. We love to see it. I think Pereira has the greatest walkout in all of MMA history. I love Chuck Liddell coming out to DMX. I'm from Yonkers. DMX from Yonkers. There's a whole thing there. But this is as cool as it gets. All right, I let you guys marinate on this long enough. I'm ending the poll. Chama, 65% of you guys think he's going to win the fight. Jeez, man. No one's respecting Ankalaev. Nobody. No one in my stories, no one on my community posts. Everyone thinks Pereira's going to win. And for good reason. I mean, he's knocking everybody out. He has momentum on his side. Drop it in the chat. How does Pereira win? If you expect him to win, in what fashion is he going to win? And if you think Ankalaev's going to win, drop that in the chat as well. Get a little bit of dialogue going. The stare down begins. The stare down begins. I'm looking at the chat now. 4th round KO. Left hook KO round 3. All right. Left hook round 3. Round 4. So I'm seeing a lot of late round knockouts for my man Pereira. Let's see. Ankalaev looks super confident and sure of himself. A guy who's had it out for Pereira for a long time. Extremely vocal about how easy this fight will be for him. That worries me, though, because no fight is easy, especially at this level. So either he sees something we don't see, or he's going to get shocked when things don't go his way, which happens sometimes. You have this expectation that this guy is one-dimensional. Then Pereira shows you a little something that you didn't realize was there, He's strong in the clinch. He's hard to take down. His calf kicks hurt a lot worse than you expected, whatever it is. And then psychologically, you're on the back foot. That might happen. That might happen. We might see Ankalaev in a position where he's questioning his reality. All right, they're announcing the fighters now, guys. Bear with me, guys. I might go a little silent for parts of this introduction. I want to actually enjoy the fight a little bit. But anyway, this is the part of the fight that's the worst, right? They're announcing what movies are coming out to a theater near you, and you're just shitting your pants. You're about to fight in front of a bunch of strangers in an arena. Come on. They're selling liquor. You're just like, let me fight this fucking guy. All right. Yo, Magomed ain't intimidated. Magomed is giving the stare down to the entire Pereira corner. You got Glover Teixeira in the corner. You have all these guys in the corner. Magomed's locking eyes with everyone. You're not going to intimidate me. He knows something, I'm telling you. I think Pereira stops him. With all that being said, I think Pereira lands incredible low kicks, teeps to the body, wears him down, and stops him in a third, likely. Actually, he might finish him in the first. He might finish Ankalaev in the first. But I'm not going to be able to truly make a prediction until I see the first minute or so. Then I'll be able to lock it down. I know you guys don't like Ankalaev. I like him, man. I think he's great. But Pereira is just like, he's like a movie character. Defending. A one and only. Good. Give him some respect. Alex Pereira. Champ is here. Let's see how it plays out. Let me get my timer ready. All right, let's see the stare down. Magomed is not intimidated, but the cool thing about fighting is you don't have to be intimidated to get knocked out, right? All right. 10 stare down. A lot of confidence by Magomed. It's not like when we watched Hill stare down with Pereira and he like did this weird like face grab. He was obviously very intimidated by Pereira. Magomed is not intimidated at all. I like to see that. All right. Pereira coming out heavy on the front foot. Very confident looking, and body language takes the center immediately. Ankalaev doing what I anticipated. Skating the outside of the fence. Oh, he's faking the takedown already. And a great way to discourage that shot is to use straight kicks. We talked about that in the lead up. Good calf kick. Already gets hit with a calf kick. Not a good sign. Gets hit with another calf kick. Cannot get hit with two calf kicks in the first 30 seconds of a fight. He's reacting too much. Again, so it's not even a minute in. Let me give me another 10 seconds. And anything could happen. He can get hit with overhand and get knocked out. So we don't know. Nah. What did I tell you? Pereira is gonna pick him apart with the outside calf kick, teeps to the body. This won't be hard, and he'll eventually stop Ankalaev. He's already struggling off the lead foot. How do you not adjust the outside calf kick? You cannot let him touch your calf with that bunion. He kicks with the bunion. He doesn't kick with the shin. He kicks with the bunion. That's what I'm thinking, too. Oh, he eats another calf kick, falls forward. Lands his own outside kick, does Ankalaev. There you go. You have to start to take away his offensive tools. If you can make Alex miss a handful of calf kicks, you can start to slow down his offensive rhythms. Then you can start to get your offense going. You can't come out and let the guy kick you in the calf 4 or 5 times right out the gate. Nice. He lands a calf kick of his own there, Ankalaev does. I like this. Backing Pereira up like that is good with level changes. He has to watch the front kick. Ooh, nice right hand to the body by Ankalaev there. Eats another calf kick for his efforts. Ooh, nice combination by Ankalaev there. Nothing really landed clean, but that shows that he's game. Mirrored stance here. This is a different Pereira. This is a guy who's been champion for a long time. He comes out measured. He takes his time. Eats an outside low kick there. Very smart to just feel the fight out. Not rush anything. Respects Ankalaev. Pereira took a little break off the calf kicks. Not sure what he's seeing. Nice head kick attempt. So he's switching up his offensive tools a little bit. Oh, spinning hook kick attempt. Goes back to the calf kick. Nice jab to the body by Ankalaev. Fast. We knew he was fast. Closes distance very quickly. In order to beat a guy like Ankalaev, who is that fast in closing distances, you have to chop that low leg. So effectively, it slows down that jousting forward movement. Really good defense so far. Outside of the outside low kick, his defense has been really good. Pereira hasn't landed anything of note. Nice inside low kick there. Oof, hard calf kick. Another calf kick. You just can't let this guy continue to do this. He doesn't. Oh, another one. I think what people don't realize is Pereira doesn't do any load up in that calf kick. He flicks it out. So nice push kick by Ankalaev there. Pereira up by 14 low kicks so far. 15. Nice takedown. Oh, can he get it? No! Pereira defends a deep shot. Ankalaev, can he out-wrestle him? Let's see. He went for the takedown. Wow. Okay, great round. Great round. Ankalaev's calf is absolutely chewed up in the first round. Not a great way to start the fight. He felt the strength that everyone talks about in the clinch. He was in on the hips, and he wasn't able to score the takedown. Pereira's back hit the cage, and he used that as a support beam to stay standing. And then he's so strong in the clinch. That's the thing. He's really physically strong, and you had that realization. I couldn't speak clearly because I'm hearing them talk in the background. You're seeing that realization by Magomed. He's going, this guy's fucking strong in the clinch. He's strong. So what would I do if I'm Magomed? I draw him in so that your back is close to the cage, then hit a reactive shot so that when you run with him, there's time before he reaches the cage, because every time you run Pereira into the cage, he's using it as a support beam. So you got to shoot further out, in other words, not in the center. Round 2. Strategy-wise, if I'm Pereira, I continue to chew the low leg. I utilize some more push kicks. I wouldn't lean too heavy on the boxing. I feel like Ankalaev is still really fast. And the speed's giving Pereira a little bit of an issue in the boxing. And if you're going to shoot, if I'm Ankalaev, I'm going to shoot from further back. And keep instigating the punches, because I think he's getting the better of the boxing. Just a speed difference for now. Straight push kick. That's it. Straight push kick. That's what you need to look for. That'll discourage a takedown. He's keeping Pereira off balance for sure, and we expected it. Oh, he's looking for the uppercut, but watch the overhand left by Ankalaev. He's looking for the nice push kick. Good job by Ankalaev. Again, he goes to it. All right, we have a new tool that we're seeing works very well. Oh, that head kick rocked Ankalaev a little bit. Nice body kick. Maybe he didn't rock him. Nice low kick there. Every time Pereira takes a hard low leg kick, he touches his nose when it hurts him. He has a little tell there. Hurts him. He's trying to find the hook. See how he's trying to wrangle Ankalaev in for the hook? You'll see he's going to jab and then try to walk him into the hook. He just feels, he prods with the lead arm, and then he tries to turn the hook off that prod. Let's see if he could do it, though. Yep, see jab? Once he establishes the jab, you're in trouble. Nice overhand right, switches stances by Ankalaev. Okay, so that's another tool that Ankalaev can use. Meaning, when he throws the backhand, step forward and switch stances to close distance a little bit further. Nice right hand to the sternum. Very effective. Ankalaev's doing pretty damn good this round. I think Chama got the first one. So far, I'm leaning towards Ankalaev in the first half of the second. Very patient, Pereira. This is a champion here. Oh, nice high kick. Nice push kick to the belly. Oh, big combination. Rocks Pereira. He's not going to get bullied. Oh, he's looking for the big overhand. Don't get too excited. You're going to run into a shot, Ankalaev. Oh, big right hand. Left hand, I'm sorry. Left straight down the pipe. Oh, Pereira's coming back. Pereira. Nice calf kick. Goes back to the calf kick. Don't run into something. Oh, nice shot by Ankalaev. Another shot. Ankalaev's beating that ass a little bit there. Ankalaev's getting confident. The speed and snap is on another level, whereas Pereira has that thudding, right? I love to see him going back to the calf kick. I'd love to see him use his jab. That's what he did so well in his previous fight. Pereira did. He relied on that lead jab and it shut his opponent down over the course of the first 3 rounds. Got to use the jab. Minute left on the round. He's trying to find it. He's having a hard time finding the range on Ankalaev. Ankalaev's so good. Nice calf kick again. Nice calf kick again. Nice left straight. So now what Ankalaev is looking to do is counter with the left straight as Pereira's throwing the calf kick. Not a bad strategy. Nice pull counter right hand by Pereira there, but Pereira has stuff coming his way too. Has to respect the distance. Trying to set the trap. Pereira's trying to set him up. Oof. But he rocks Pereira. 3 seconds. He almost put Pereira out. That's borderline 10-8. We're going to give that 10-9. 10-9 Ankalaev in the second. Wow. So what's happening from what I'm seeing to Pereira is he's starting to run into a situation where he's second-guessing his offense because he's fighting off the back foot and he's leaving himself vulnerable to counters. And every time Ankalaev goes forward with explosive punches, what does Pereira do? He reaches out with his arms. He gets away with that with a lot of guys who maybe aren't as proficient as Ankalaev with the hands. Ankalaev just landed a big overhand left that almost knocked Pereira out. And Pereira doesn't look too hot in his seat right now. He does recover quick, though. Keep your hands close at home. Keep everything in-house. Keep chopping the low kick another round or two. Then try to get the finish when he's completely debilitated. That was close. That was close. I will say I did not expect this. I didn't expect it to be this competitive on the feet. All right. Just don't exchange with the boxing. Actually, he's feigning him, and he's getting Pereira to extend his arms as he backs up. So dangerous. Good push kick there from Ankalaev off the back leg. Calf kick there. Pereira's backing him up. Pereira has to forget about the threat of the takedown. Maybe the end of the first round threw him off going into the second. He never really let his hands go because he's thinking about... Another thing I'm noticing with Pereira here as he backs Ankalaev up, he's forgetting about the calf kick. There we go. He went back to it there. Good push kick there by Ankalaev. Both guys have their key techniques with their lower body. That nice again. See what Pereira does? He extends his arms. When Ankalaev comes forward, he's very dangerous. Good body kick. Get on that jab. But he can't find the jab, Pereira. He's having a really hard time finding the jab. And it could be a product of them both being mirror stanced, but he's just second guessing himself a little bit here. See? He thought about the head kick. Fighter's in his groove. When he's not thinking about throwing, he's throwing. This is typically a bad sign. With Pereira's power, he could be doing a lot wrong and still finish the guy right away. So we don't know what's going to happen, but see how he's backed up against the cage? This isn't good. Pereira needs to go back to the jab. Back to the calf kick. Land a few push kicks would be nice and start getting on the jab. Nice takedown attempt. No success by Ankalaev. Very good takedown defense. But I love that strategy from Ankalaev. That takedown attempt didn't cost him any energy. And now Pereira's thinking about the takedown. And now he's not letting his offense go. This might be another round for Ankalaev. It's still too early to say. We're only halfway through the third round. Let's see. Oh, man. He almost ran into a left hand. Pereira did. Nice job. He breaks, pulls the head to the opposite side and circles out. Comes in with a combination. Trip attempt by Pereira. Oof. Ankalaev pushing Pereira back. Pereira looks uncomfortable. Oh, nice combination by Pereira off the back foot. His slip right hand, left hook counter. Low kick again. Just misses the right hook there by Pereira. Just kind of gets his head off the center. Tell you what, man, this guy can take calf kicks well. Oh, nice. Snappy kind of hook jab situation there. I don't know what that was. Snappy. Yeah, Pereira's uncomfortable on the feet, which is surprising. It tires you out when a guy pressures you like this, especially when you're used to being the one who's dominating on the feet. Ankalaev is confident, bro. There's one thing I'm saying watching this. He is super confident. I'm going to give that to Ankalaev. I'm going to give that to Ankalaev. He's up 2-1. Wow. What do you guys think? Who do you have up so far? You guys aren't even watching the fight, it seems like, looking at the chat. This is looking really tough for Alex going into this championship round series. First one to his feet. I like to see that. Could be a little gamesmanship. All right, let's go. Right away, he pushed. Oh, not able to get the takedown, though. Not able to get the takedown. Almost got it. Look for a second. He moves to the double underhook position. But Pereira is really hard to take down off the body lock, off of trips. Very hard. Ooh, almost tripped him there. Oh, watch the trip. Man, he's strong. You could tell. You could tell Pereira's a strong boy. He has to switch that head to the other side and start to circle or use his underhook to circle out. Cross frame here. If he can create that frame and create space. Ooh, good takedown defense by Pereira. Good head positioning by Ankalaev, digging that head underneath the chin. Not a bad strategy for Ankalaev. He ain't going to win any fans with this strategy, but still. This is what you want to do to a guy who is a puncher like that. Nice break there by Pereira. Oh, he goes for another takedown. This is what he gets for all those Nina drama videos. That's what he's thinking about in the clinch right now. He's just thinking about, like, knee to the body. Yeah, this is hard to do when you're being pushed up and you're being forced to frame and create space and pummel underhooks. When you go back to the striking range, your arms are all just heavy, man. So this is a great strategy by Ankalaev, especially late in the fight like this. This is the position I think he can take him down off of. Never mind, he abandoned it, but I think he could take him down off the high crotch. All right. Oof. Pereira looking a little sluggish. Oof. Nice jab by Pereira. The Dagestani looks a little fresher. Yep, Pereira looks a little shot, guys. He looks a little tired. Takedown attempt. He cannot take him down, though. Great job by Pereira. The crowd is booing, which is understandable. It's not a style of fighting that you want to see, especially because he's not getting takedowns. He's just holding them against the cage. That's what MMA is, guys. It's not fun, but strategy-wise, it makes a lot of sense. Because you saw when they broke and they went back to the center to strike, Pereira doesn't look the same as he did at the beginning of the round. Nice trip attempt there by Ankalaev off the underhook. Doesn't work. Good defense by Pereira. He turns him, almost turns him, puts himself back against the cage. He has to get off the cage. He cannot allow himself to be held here. Phenomenal strategy by Ankalaev. Nice knee to the body there. Nice knee to the body. Pereira gives his own back. Pereira's just like, I want to strike. Get off of me. Nice knee to the body there by Pereira from the clinch. Oh, nice takedown by Pereira. That was a beautiful takedown at the end of the round. Right on the bell. Yeah, that was another 10-9 round for Ankalaev. 3 rounds to 1, man. This is it. He needs a knockout. He needs a knockout. What do you guys think if you're watching the fight? Alex hit a trip. He off the cage, right on the bell. He switched the head to the opposite side and he blocked out the foot on that side and sent him to his hip. But yeah, this is a tough go for Pereira. It's not the worst way to lose. I mean, a guy held you against the cage, maybe rocked you once. You never want to lose your title, but if there was ever a way to lose it, this is probably the best way to lose it. And I think he'll be able to rematch better because he'll know what Ankalaev feels like. You know, needs a knockout, guys. He needs a knockout. Last round. This is 3-1. This is 3-1 in my opinion. Oh, big right hand. What Ankalaev is doing really well is he's switching stances. And but all right, Pereira's going forward now. He knows he needs a knockout. He's going forward now. He has to get aggressive. He should have been doing this earlier, but easier said than done. We're not the ones in there. I'm not going to give coaching advice to fucking Alex Pereira on the feet. And he actually cleaned up one of those big mistakes. He was pulling back with his hands out. He closed it up. So he realized he was making that mistake. Ooh, he's looking for the left hook now. Look at Pereira. He's hunting for the knockout. Hopefully he doesn't run into something. He took away his hook, man. That's something Ankalaev said he was working on in the fight, was to take away the ability for Pereira to land a left hook. He did that really well. He stripped away the lead arm completely. He took away the jab and the hook. He did it in an invisible way through the use of push kicks, through the use of switch stance blitzes. He didn't enable Pereira to find the distance and range on his jab and his hook on the lead arm. So it's masterful. And he said that. If you watch the countdown, he said he has one trick and I'm going to take it away. He did. Surprising, but he did. People are going to respect this dude now. Funny enough, I think Jamal Hill chose Magomed to win the fight. Ooh, beautiful combination. Uh-oh. Pereira's hunting. Uh-oh. Ooh, he gets punched in his face, but he's hunting. The issue with Pereira, sometimes he goes forward and he gets his shark eyes and he runs into stuff. Pereira is winning the 5th round, I think. But he's still going to be down 2-3 in my book. Oof. Magomed's not letting him go forward. He's keeping him back up. Optically, it's not a good look. Ooh, nice jab. Oh, nice jab by Pereira there as he backs up. Man, if he would have found a nice high kick. Takedown attempt doesn't work. Pereira, oh, he failed again on the takedown. Pereira must just be ungodly strong in the clinch, man. Because he doesn't really do a lot in the clinch. I'm going to give Pereira this round. Unless he gets the takedown. If Ankalaev, he almost got it there. Gets to the back. Ooh. Now he separated the hands. Gets his elbow inside the crook of his opponent's elbow. Breaks the grip. He's going to turn back in and get an underhook. Yeah. Magomed's fighting for trips. He's not able to take him down. That's very impressive, man. Great defense. Widens the stance to prevent the lock double while he switches chest to chest. High level takedown defense. 2-on-1 to defend. Man, that dude. So I'm saying, you can't, it's not that you can't, but it's not worth trying to wrestle him from the clinch. Great strategy. I think Pereira won this round. They might give Pereira fucking, they might end up giving this dude the fight. They might give Pereira the fight. I'm giving Pereira this 10-9. I have Ankalaev up 3-2. Terrible fight. Not worth $80, that's for sure. It's a fun fight. Definitely some technical things to learn, but didn't give us that climactic ending we were looking for. I was hoping we would see either ground and pound or a knockout. I think Ankalaev won 3-2. Drop it in the chat, guys. Who do you think won the fight? Yeah, Ankalaev. You guys think Ankalaev won? Ankalaev. 3-2 Poetan. Really? Ankalaev? Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys aren't really a lot of you guys aren't really excited about this, but I don't know about all that. He's like, Jama, great fight. He went out there and fought his balls off, and he wasn't taken down. Really impressive. As a matter of fact, he scored a takedown off a trip at the very end of the round. I don't know if it counted. But you have to remove the fanboy in you because we all love Pereira. But if you really break down the fight, and I did, I scored it every single round. Ankalaev won that 3-2. It's taking a while because they're going to give it to Pereira because they don't want Ankalaev to get that title. And nobody in the chat is going to be upset if they give it to Pereira. I know that for a fact. Ankalaev was confident, you know? He knew he had something, and he did. He looked impressive. He's one of the only guys we've ever seen back Pereira up the whole time, make him uncomfortable the whole time. All right, they're announcing it.
47 and 48-47 for the winner by unanimous decision and
New.
undisputed
Uncle Steve got it right. Called it down the middle, man. No bias. The judges got it right. That's it. I'm going to watch the pre-fight, the post-fight interview real quick. People are booing him because he won the fight. It's crazy. That was impressive, man. That was impressive. Not easy to do against a guy like Pereira who hits that hard. And he ate those calf kicks and never got discouraged, never stopped going forward. That calf kick destroys everyone else. Good for him, man. During Ramadan. And as I said before, I'm listening to the post-fight interviews, guys, sorry. As I said before, it's not as if it's this horrible loss for Pereira. He got held against the cage. He lost by 1 round, right? Yeah. He lost by a round. It was a close fight. I don't think it was that I don't think it's something to feel down about, in other words.
I don't think anything surprised me. I think I could have done a better job in the fight, but something just wasn't working out. But anyway, I'm really happy that I won.
I honestly think Ankalaev will do better in a rematch because now I think he'll tune up a few things. I think he'll even be more confident and aggressive. And Pereira just didn't have the confidence once he felt the confidence of Ankalaev, able to push him back.
Was that part of the strategy coming in here tonight?
Telling you, he has to stop with the Nina drama videos. Dude, bad energy, bad juju, man. Those verticals. Like dancing and shit.
Yes, the plan was to pressure. Everybody who fights against him always counters, but my job was to make sure that I work as number 1, and everybody who fights against me becomes the counter striker, and my plan worked.
Well, sir, congratulations. You pulled it off. You are the new light heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Magomed Ankalaev.
Round of applause. Surprised me. I thought the only path to victory would have been with wrestling. All right, let's hear what he has to say. Pereira.
What, if anything, was surprising?
O que você esperava aqui essa noite? Teve alguma coisa que te surpreendeu?
Não, sabia que isso é uma guerra. Toda luta pra mim é uma guerra.
I knew it would be a war. Every fight of mine is a war.
Were you surprised that he was able to pressure you and have you backing up?
Você ficou surpreso que ele colocou pressão e fez você recuar?
Não, ele colocou uma pressão no segundo round, onde eu senti alguns golpes dele, mas disso daí e colocar na grade eu não entendi.
They're definitely going to improve Ankalaev's striking stats on UFC 5 in the game. They're going to do an upgrade, an update rather.
You know, putting me up against the cage, he didn't really do anything.
What was your strategy coming in here to deal with that kind of pressure, and what do you
Thick
think
as calf.
everything went wrong?
Qual era a estratégia para lidar com essa pressão e você acha que você fez alguma coisa errada?
Não, essa aí era a nossa estratégia, a gente fez, tudo certo, mas, ele me segurou na grade, é um jogo que ele faz, todo mundo sabe, mas se colocar na grade e não fazer nada e dar a vitória para ele, isso influencia todo mundo fazer um jogo desse. Às vezes as pessoas reclamam do jogo dele, mas se isso faz ganhar, as pessoas, os lutadores vão fazer isso. E aí se torna chato e ninguém quer ver.
No, we followed our strategy. You know, we know that he puts people against the fence and he plays that game. But you know, giving him the win with a game plan like that, it kind of incentivates people to do that against people. You know, people might say it's a boring style, but you know, when a guy gets a win doing that, it kind of makes people want to do that too.
Na grade eu machuquei ele mais do que ele machucou. A diferença é que que eu tava de costas pra grade.
Glad you enjoyed it, Muhammad.
I hurt him against the fence. The only difference is I was the one against the fence.
You were one of the most active champions in this sport, if not the most active. What do you do now? Do you take some time to relax and recover, or do you seek an immediate rematch?
Você era dos campeões mais ativos. O que você vai fazer agora? Dar tempo, relaxar pouco, ou quer uma revanche logo?
Não, vou estar treinando, eu tô bem. Foi uma luta dura, mas eu acredito que não tenha machucado muito, de ficar muito tempo parado, ficar alguns dias descansando e vou estar ativa. Essa é a minha vida.
I'm going to keep training. You know, I feel good. I don't think I'm hurt or in any way. I'm going to take a few days off and get back to training. This is my life.
Well, sir, it's always an honor to call your fight. We look forward to seeing you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Pereira.
A lot of big things await Poatan, Alex Pereira, maybe even an immediate rematch.
Thank you guys for stopping in.
You can be sure he will
It's been a while since we've done a live stream, so it's been a pleasure joining you guys and bullshitting with you guys in the chat. Shout out to all the guys who stopped by. And thanks to Energetic for the moderation. And guys, we'll be back soon. There's a few cards coming up. There's not too many great cards coming up, so we won't be doing fight nights and shit like that. But there's a few that are coming up that I'm actually excited about. The Jamal Hill fight coming up, I think it's a fight night, if I'm not mistaken. I might even come back for a fight night if it's the Jamal Hill versus Roundtree fight. Come on. That's something, you know, I think people will dig. Anyway, guys, have a great night. It's 1 o'clock over here. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.